All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to our team call. I'm so excited that you took some time tonight to invest in your business and to jump on this call. I wanted to just give you guys a shout out because I understand that people are busy and I know you've got a lot going on. And we're going to respect your time tonight and get through this in 30 minutes, hopefully. We're going to try. So this past weekend, we had our Super Saturday event for the team, and it was a really great event. I wish that, I would have got to see some more of your faces, but that's okay because tonight I'm going to share the content that we shared in our training during Super Saturday. So our team Super Saturdays are going to be a lot different than the Beachbody corporate ones. We actually are going to do training based on what the team needs. And recognition we did kind of based on our team, which was sort of fun. So a lot different, but we wanted you to have something valuable that you could take and put into your business literally the minute you walked out the door, or that you could get on your phone and literally do right there to start adding value to your business and helping it grow, instead of just watching the corporate video, which you can watch online at any point in time. I wanted you guys to actually get stuff that you could use. So what is valuable to us? Well, when I started this business, the most important thing, will you turn that light on? The most important thing was challenge groups, right? It was a great place that people could get excited and work together with using our products, right? Oh, hey guys, all right, there we go. And so it was really like a cool opportunity. The problem is a lot of the challenge groups that we're running these days have some issues, right? There's not a lot of people like messaging back and forth in the group. That you're using the script. It's kind of dry. It's kind of boring. It's not exciting. So we went through and created a list of content and things like that that you can use to get challenge groups exciting again and to make you actually want to do them. Because let's be honest, if you don't enjoy it, I can assure you, one, that your clients don't enjoy it, and two, you don't want this again to feel like work. Like, you want to enjoy this job, right? We want to do the work and make it fun. That's our theme. Show up every day, do the work, make it fun. So Ann has so graciously agreed to help me out with this call tonight. I am not feeling that great, so she's going to kind of help me out with it. So I'm going to go ahead and screen share the first one. First things first, let's talk about free groups, because that is a great way to build your business. So let's talk about the content that we have. Let's see here. Can you guys see my screen? Yes, maybe. On here is kind of the list of stuff that we came up with as a team, as a group, that wasn't working for us, things that weren't going well, things that needed improvement with challenge groups. I posted this in the team page, so you guys can reference that there. But let's go ahead and jump into and talk about free groups. So here's the notes, so you guys can actually take some if you want. And I'm going to let Ann jump in here and share a little bit about free groups for you guys.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So specifically what we talked about regarding free groups. So these are easy things to do because obviously they're free. You're going to get people engaged from that free group and hopefully then be able to move them over to what we were calling paid or program groups. So some of the ideas that we came up with as a group that day were doing free challenge groups with BOD. So getting somebody to try BOD out for 30 days is a great way to get them started with the programs. They're going to be able to try a variety of different things, and let's be honest, they're probably going to love having BOD for that 30 days and want to then continue doing something else. So that is a really good one to start with if you don't know anything else to do. And that you can do for 30 days. Some shorter ones we had talked about because you want to get people engaged, but you don't want it to be too overwhelming or something that's not going to keep their attention. So doing like a 5-day or a 7-day is a really good way to get people started. And big ones are clean eating groups, meal prepping, 101. So giving them some like tips that they can use. And another reason you want to do it shortened, because you don't want to give them all the information. You don't want to give them like a whole 30 days worth of meal prepping and clean eating recipes, because then they have all the information and what do they need to continue to work with you for? So giving them that little essential sneak peek is going to hopefully keep them wanting to come back for more. So the way that you want to set this up, like that says there, so you want to do your planning, which is like 1 to 2 weeks for this, and then do your prep mid-month, and then you're going to finish it like the last part of the month, which then is hopefully going to get them going into a program challenge group. So again, these are really simple and a great way to start out. Takes the pressure off of you, especially if you're a new coach. This is a great way to get started. You start with something simple, something shorter, and it gets your feet wet. You can also do this with your upline coach. It's a good way for your upline coach to bring you in and show you how a challenge group is run. That way you get some ideas for it. So what that says for the lifeguard rule, when you're co-hosting. So Jenna kind of came up with this term, and Leslie absolutely loved it. So when you think about, oh, I only have one person for a challenge group, and you don't necessarily want to run that alone, which I'm going to talk about that in a second. And you put it out there to the team, and you guys come together and join people together. So co-hosting with the lifeguard rule, you don't just want to throw somebody in a group and let all those other coaches like run that group. You have the responsibility for that person. So like you taking your kids to the pool, there's a lifeguard there, but they're only responsible for just like overlooking. You as that parent have to be responsible for that child. That's the same way this works with a challenge group. If you're putting somebody in somebody else's challenge group, you need to be responsible to be posting, providing content, helping make that group what it is. And then, if you only have one person, don't be afraid to run a challenge group with only one customer, because let's look at it this way. You can give individualized attention to that person, and that again is going to give you experience running a challenge group and it not being so overwhelming if it's your first time. Go ahead and just do that. Get practice and just roll with it. Don't be afraid to have just you and one other person. Okay? Do you want to add anything, Jenna?
No, that was great. That was good. And we'll go back to the don't live and drive. We'll go back to that. We'll go back to that. All right, let's see if I can move this forward. I might have to go into this real quick. So that was 3 groups. And keep in mind, guys, like what we did at the event was we handed out actual blank calendars, like just an 8.5 by 11. And we actually just had it so you could write on there, like on the actual August calendar or on the September calendar when you're going to plan your free group. And Ann's right, like doing it towards the end of the month, like later in the month is a great idea, because then that gives you the opportunity to invite them to this part of the conversation, to your paid group where they are actually purchasing a product or a program. So I'm going to let Ann talk about paid groups and why they're beneficial.
Okay, so paid or program groups. So what we had come up with was that 30 days was more of a reasonable amount of time to run a group. For one thing, the majority of our popular programs are 30 days, 21-day fix, obviously. And then you've got like your 60-day programs like Insanity, and then some of the older ones like P90X that are 90 days. I will talk about how you can continue after those 30 days. But for a group, like for you starting out, 30 days is something better to do. It doesn't seem as overwhelming for people to think that they have to commit to 60 or 30. So the way that you want to do this in regards to promoting and advertising, what we talked about with that, Facebook events is a good way to invite people. So you can just set up an event, and they did like 2 to 3 weeks before. So you can invite friends, you can share it to your different groups, you can do live videos in there, daily posting, you can ask polls like what people are looking for to try to get interest from people. And then obviously social media is the biggest way for you to get that challenge group out there that you're advertising. So Jenna made a very strong point on Saturday that if you're not using social media, seriously, you're doing a disservice to yourself and others, because social media is everywhere. Like, you cannot get away from social media. And I will be the first to say that sometimes I hate social media just because of the negativity, but you've got to realize, don't focus on that. You need to look at everything that you can do with social media, and you can get a ton of positivity and stuff out there. So what this means by jabs is, if anybody has read Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary Vee, it is a great book, and I loved reading it. It gives you so much good information. So the way that you use social media with jabs is you are constantly posting about things. So if you're talking about meal prepping, or you're talking about, like yesterday or the day before, I made a post about gluten and dairy and sensitivities. And that was one of my jabs, because I'm eventually going to get to the point where I'm going to do my hook talking about a specific like meal prepping for those types of meals and those types of people, since that's something specifically that I've been struggling a little bit more with. So the jabs, you are constantly making those posts about meal prepping, anything that's gearing up towards you doing that hook of what that group is, okay? So that when you make that hook, people are ready for it. And they're like, oh, yeah, I really need a meal prepping group. I would love to do that, because they've seen you doing those posts, okay? Let me see, inviting, because I didn't make notes about this. So inviting. There were some coaches there that that was one of the questions where they were struggling. So one of the biggest things with inviting is don't set yourself up to be so confined by, I have to send an invite. And I know for me, for the longest time, that's very much where I struggle, is with inviting. If you're gonna do it, essentially, when you're messaging people on Facebook, you are building that relationship with them. And that's what you should be doing. Because as Jenna said on Saturday, I know there's plenty of other people. It's not that scripted invite that you're doing, okay? Because you're building relationships with people, and they're typically the ones that are infusing Beachbody into the conversation, because you've built that relationship with them, and they've gotten to know you, and they know that you're that person that can help them. So that comes from you building that relationship with them. If you want to specifically invite using that, use the voice message on Facebook, because they're hearing the passion in your voice. That is the best way for people to hear exactly how excited you are about this program. They can't hear that from you typing. And let's be honest, who wants to sit and read something that's like really, really long? They're gonna lose like concentration maybe after a little bit. And then face-to-face, obviously, is one of the, like, that's the best way. Like, get in front of people, okay? Because they're gonna see your passion. They're gonna see how excited you are. And quite honestly, I mean, you're not gonna be able to, they're gonna have a harder time saying no to you if it's face-to-face and they see how excited you are. You can do local networking groups. So Jenna is part of one in Frederick. She's always meeting new people there. So find local groups in your area that you can do. Go to different events. Get referrals from other people. So if people are telling you, yeah, they're just not ready, or they're doing something else, like, ask them for referrals. Like, that is okay, and it is acceptable to do that, okay? But the biggest thing is get in front of people, okay? Or get your voice out there, something. You guys all have passion about this business, or you wouldn't be here, so let people hear that, okay? Anything to add, Jenna?
No, I mean, that's fantastic. And so with the inviting piece, one of the things that people said was their hang up was, like, what do I say? How do I say it? And I wanted this to be kind of an active learning session. So people were sharing in the group, like, their exact verbiage and what they were posting and what they were breadcrumbing or jabbing, so that people were interested in what they had to offer. But keep in mind too, I was sharing with the group that I've sold 10 challenge packs this past week, and every one of those challenge packs that I sold was closed during a face-to-face meeting with someone. Because for me personally, I know that that's a strength. So if I know that I'm much better in person, I'm not going to type up a Facebook message to have a conversation with someone. I know that I am better face-to-face. So, and most people would prefer that. So maybe you have someone that's interested and they send you a message about being interested in maybe a group that you just shared about on social media. But I immediately set up a time to talk to them. Like, hey, you know what? I'd love to talk to you more about this. Are you free tonight at 6 o'clock? I could send you a link and we can actually talk pretty much face to face on this like webcam chat thing that I have. Because I'd really like to get a chance to hear what your goals are and learn a little bit more about you and see if you'd be a great fit for this group and if this group would be a great fit for your life. I can definitely assure you guys that if you get 5 minutes, like you guys seeing me right now and seeing Ann right now and seeing Chelsea and seeing some of these other people right now, it's easier to see someone's expression. It's easier to see if someone's paying attention, if someone's excited, if someone's really scared or put off by what you're offering. That is such a different piece than just typing a message. I can assure you that if somebody sends me a message and it's long, I read like the first 2 sentences and then I'm like, okay. And I'm already on to like the squirrel crossing the street because I'm not paying attention. So get a chance to actually sit down and talk to people. And it will be so beneficial for this business and you will grow it. And you can actually invite in a face-to-face manner that is so not sales-like. So,
and like, while Jenna's pulling up the next one, like she just said about like if they're scared. So you can see that. Like you can't hear that necessarily. Like you kind of can in their writing, but you can see that. And you can address that with them in person or through Zoom. So when I say live, it doesn't necessarily have to be like face to face, but Zoom. I mean, we have plenty of options now that we can get face to face with people. You know, and sometimes it's just getting out of your comfort zone and doing it, you know what, and it'll get easier the more that you do it. So get out of that comfort zone, which obviously we're going to talk about on the next one.
Right. So we've invited to the group. We've posted on our social media. We've created what group we're going to have. We've created when we're going to have the group, free group, paid group, whatever it is. Now we have the group. What in the heck do you put in the group? Well, how do you make it valuable? What content do you add to the group to make it worthwhile for the people you're adding to the group?
So one of the biggest things one of the coaches said is they add PD into their content into the group. And we all know if you're reading PD, you know how great it makes you feel. So if you're infusing that into your group, imagine how great people are going to feel. And it can be something as simple as doing the Thank God It's Monday videos. Those are short, they're quick, adding that in, or going to YouTube and just typing in motivation and finding videos and just posting 1 or 2 a day in that challenge group that's adding value to those people as well. And we gave the suggestion of I Am That Girl. That was a book recommendation. You can also just add in any type of book. The Energy Bus, that's one of my favorite books to read. And I've read it several times this year already. And it's a quick read. So that's something easy you can add into the group as well. And if people want to read it, okay. And if they don't, okay. But that's why if you are adding in videos as well, you're adding in some type of personal development that's going to add more value for them. And then looking at posts. So we talked a lot about scheduled posts and like doing live posts. So in regards to scheduled posts, a lot of people use Hootsuite, or I forget what the other one is, Scheduler maybe? I don't know. I personally do all of mine live. I don't use any scheduled posts. But if you're using scheduled posts, so make sure that you're letting people know like, hey, this time every day, there's going to be like a check-in, and it's going to automatically be posted, and it'll be there, and it's just going to be the check-in for you, just so that they know that there is some content that you're doing that's going to be automatically posted in the group. You can use the Coach Online Guides, which they have been updated, and I honestly haven't looked at them since they've been updated. But when I've used them before, like Jenna had said, she goes in and pulls content from them. So you don't necessarily have to use that whole guide. Like go in and pull the pieces out that works for you. like I had done a water group before, and Jenna had said the same thing on Saturday, and she went into those different groups and pulled out all of the different like hydration pieces. So go in and play around with those. I mean, they're there, so use them. It doesn't mean that you have to use them like word for word. Go in and pull things out that work for what your group is and what you want to focus the group on. And then live post. So this is specifically what we meant here was using Facebook Live. So I absolutely love Facebook Live. And quite honestly, 3 years ago, I couldn't tell you that I even liked doing videos. But I love live videos now. Because you know what? Like that says on there, it makes you get out of your comfort zone. You can't edit something, so you can't sit and worry about it like, oh God, that wasn't right. I messed up on that. You know what? Who cares? It shows that you're real and that you're human. And you know what? People are going to like that a lot more. That's getting more interaction with people. It's showing that you care about them. So if you haven't used Facebook Live, please use it because it's fantastic. And if you're afraid of videos, that's the best way to help you get over that fear, and you won't even worry about it anymore. I promise. Like, I look like a fool sometimes when I'm making videos, but I don't care, and I stumble over my words, and you know what? It's okay because you're human, and that's what that is showing people. So some content you can do for live videos. You can show meal prepping, workout moves, any type of like motivational speech that you want to do. Unboxing. So like you get your Country Heat box and you unbox it and give an explanation of it. Those are some common things that people use the Facebook Live for. And you can also, if you did not know, do that on Instagram now as well. You just have to do it in 15-second increments. So you have 2 platforms, and then Snapchat. If you use Snapchat as well, that's something you can do as well on Snapchat. And then the other thing is challenge check-ins and question and answers. So like every week at a certain time, like you're going to do a Zoom workout together. And this is specifically like we related this to our weekly check-in that we have. So on Saturdays where we do our workout together. So do something like that with your group. That gets people checking in, so you know that they're doing the program or at least checking in with you. They can ask questions at that time. You can do a workout together. Do that at least once a week. That way that gets people more engaged. It gets them meeting the other people in the group as well. If it's not people that know each other, it's a great way for engagement as well. I think that's all I have on that.
Yeah, so let me jump in on the Facebook Live thing real quick. You guys, I did a Facebook Live video today and had spinach in my teeth. Let's talk about that for a second. It was like a 5-minute video on motivation and personal development, and midway through I'm like, oh my God, you guys, I have a piece of spinach in my teeth. I've had that in here this whole video. And somebody sent me a message afterwards and was like, Jenna, I just need to tell you how much I appreciate you just being real and letting things roll. The advantage to Facebook Live, guys, is people get to know you, and you don't have to have 25 conversations. You can do a Facebook Live video, and in 5 minutes, people get to know you and can immediately decide if they want to be your best friend or not. Like, it's very simple and very basic. So take advantage of that. If you're going to make food that day, go live with it, which I hope you're going to eat that day. So go live with it. Like, if you're going to do your workout that day, do a workout move. I can't promise you that I'm ever going to be good at Country Heat, but I can promise you that every day I'm going to show people how bad I am at it and how easy it is because it's fun. I want you guys to be empowered to go Facebook Live in your challenge groups too, because again, it's a great opportunity for someone to feel like they get to know you, and to encourage the people in your challenge group to do it too. And maybe they share something they loved about the program today, or a food that they loved and it was delicious, or something that they meal prepped. To encourage people to have some excitement with the group as well, so that people feel like they're getting to know each other too. I think that's really important. So let's move on to this next one. This next one is probably my favorite part of this whole conversation because we talked about really awesome things that you can do in the group. And Leslie was so excited about this, and that got me very excited about it too. So what are things that you can do in your challenge group to keep it interesting?
Okay. So these were some suggestions that a lot of us had come up with to get engagement in your group. So, you know, you've got your challenge group, and the first week it's like rocking, people are doing really good, and the next week it's like crickets, or one or two people are posting, and you're like, where is everybody at? So one of the things that you should do before your challenge group starts is, you know, ask for that permission to check in on people. You know, hey, if I don't see you posting, is it okay if I check on you, or, you know, tag you in a post to essentially call you out? So get that permission before you even start. Mm-hmm. And then some ways that you can get more posting engagement were some of these suggestions. So having people post the prettiest dish. I'll answer that in a second. So doing like the prettiest dish or a workout selfie. So having people post that, and I've done this a lot of times in challenge groups. So having like little challenges essentially inside the challenge that people have to do. And you can do this for a point system. My anal organized self loves point systems. So I love doing something like this and creating like, okay, if you do a workout selfie, that's like 1 point. And if you do a family workout, you're going to get 2 points for that, whatever. And then just keeping track of that and maybe doing a prize at the end, okay? And like that says there, doing like a live drawing. So again, you're getting people engaged. But what you can also do with this is, say you have people post the prettiest dish. You can then take that in that group, all those people that post the prettiest dish. Say you have 4 people, and you have the group, your challenge group, pick like the top 3, okay? You take that top 3, and then you can then take that to Facebook world and have your Facebook feed then rate which of those is the best, and then that's going to be your winner. So you've not only engaged your challenge group, but you've then engaged Facebook, and that's going to open up like how many people are engaging with you and seeing different things. If you do at work like your messiest hair or sweatiest selfie, and you're getting your Facebook group to be involved in that, like deciding who wins, just think about the amount of people that you are reaching out to and that are seeing things that you're doing. And then you give a shout out to that person that won, like that's your engagement. And that's keeping that group involved. That's getting your Facebook people involved as well. So just think about that. Give small prizes. Like I have tons of things like laying around here. You know, at Summit, they always have these like bins of things. So I'll snatch up like fans that they had this year, and I'll use those things as prizes. Like those are simple little things, or even just going to like Five Below and getting like a water bottle or something. Like you wouldn't believe how appreciative people are with just getting something, like some little prize, even just a card, or like hair ties, something. It doesn't have to be outrageous, guys. Okay, so those are some ideas on ways that you can get people engaged with posting wise. And then the buddy system, I absolutely loved. And I really liked the way that Leslie said that she tailors it. So having people, pairing 2 people up in like your first week that maybe they don't know each other, and you pair them up that they're going to hold each other accountable. So say that one person posts their sweaty selfie in that group, that buddy is going to be like, oh shoot, I didn't do my workout today, and they've already done it, so I need to go do mine. That's what that buddy system is for. And what I really liked what Leslie did was she would have them together the first week, and then maybe the second week they'd do like one of those photos, like prettiest dish or workout selfie. They'd do that as the challenge the second week. And then the third week, she'd pair them up with another buddy. So they're not only working with one person, but then engaging with somebody else. Mm-hmm. And I really like that because if you have a group full of people that don't know each other, that's getting them to meet new people. And the way that that's going to then segue into the fall in love with the products. So say you get to the end of that last week and you have one buddy that decides, you know what, I love 21 Day Fix. I love Shakeology. I'm going to sign up to be a coach because I love this. And their buddy from week one's like, oh, well, Jenna signed up to be a coach. I'm going to sign up. So she decides to do it too. And then that buddy from the last week's like, well, Jenna signed up and Ann signed up. Like, I don't want to be left out. Like, I want to do this too. Like, there's no reason why I can't do this. So that's going to help people realize, like, okay, other people are doing this and they're in this. And I want to do it too because it's fantastic. So with falling in love with the product, you want to make sure that people love these products before they do anything else. Mm-hmm. You know, this is one of the last things that we talked about. There was a big push at one point where people were just recruiting people. Not necessarily like doing a challenge group first, but just recruiting. And for me, I went through a whole 90-day program before I even decided to sign up as a coach. And for me, that was the best thing because I knew I loved Shakeology. I knew I loved the products, and I saw that the products worked. So that's what this means, is building a relationship essentially with Beachbody. So it's kind of like going on a date. So you date the products, you're dating Shakeology, the programs, you're getting to know them, and then you fall in love. And you just realize you don't want to be with anybody else, and you don't want to be anywhere else. And you sign up as a coach because you're committed to this, and that's all you want to do is be with this. So that was one of the last things and biggest things I felt was a takeaway, was getting people to understand how much of an impact Beachbody and the products, how much of an impact it can have on your life. So getting people to fall in love with these products and with the relationships that they can develop with people, just getting them to realize that it's not just about getting healthy and in shape. It's about relationships and financial and spiritual and emotional. I mean, it's everything. And that's what you realize when you essentially go through a challenge group. It's realizing all of those things. So like that says there at the bottom, you show them what could happen through that challenge group, like what they're getting if they decide that they've fallen in love with the products and they want to essentially join this family, join this relationship. That's what they're going to get. So I think that's all I have for you guys.
Yeah, that was great. So a lot of content, a lot of good information. I'm going to kind of give you guys 2 call to actions on this call tonight. So the first one is I want you guys to figure out when you're going to host your next free group. Maybe you partner up with somebody else on the team. I mean, there's 20 of us on this call right now, so there's definitely somebody that might be really excited to do a water challenge with you or something like that. So maybe you find somebody that is ready to do a free challenge with you. Maybe you just do one on your own, but something that can give people a quick snapshot of you, what they would get with you being their coach in a 5-day challenge. And you provide content. You create a Facebook event for it today for your free challenge group that's going to start in 1 week or 2 weeks for maybe back to school lunch ideas. I know there's a team right now that's running some lunch ideas for making things easier when school gets back in session. So whatever your free group is, and consider going ahead and scheduling out your free group for the rest of the year. Maybe it's always on the 8th of the month. Hey guys, on the 8th of the month, I'm always going to run this free 5-day group each month for the rest of this year. It's going to be something different. But I'm going to start breadcrumbing it now and sharing ideas and thoughts with you and create a Facebook event for it and start inviting people to it and challenge them to invite their friends. Maybe their friends will do it with them. These are all people that you can connect with, network with, and grow your business with. So a free challenge, 5-day, 3-day, 24 hours, I don't know, whatever tickles your fancy, maybe a 30-day bod challenge, I don't know. But come up with a free challenge group idea and use it. Take advantage of it. Post content in it. Be valuable. Add value to people. The more that you put out free content, the more you're going to get it back in return. So consider that idea. I think it's fantastic, and I think we're not, as a team, using it nearly enough to benefit more lives around us. Second call to action. Go Facebook Live. Make a Facebook Live video. I am totally calling out Lindsay Trayer, who is, in fact, on this call right now. I had a lunch meeting with her yesterday. First of all, she's fabulous. Second of all, she's doing her first Facebook Live video tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. And as a team, I want you guys, if you're going to be scrolling your phone anyway. That's only in 20 minutes. I want you guys to look up Lindsay Trayer in my friends list and friend her. She's going to do her first Facebook Live video, and it's talking about her story. And her story had us both in tears yesterday. And it's going to be vulnerable, and it's going to be raw, and it's going to be real, and that's fantastic. And you know what? She messaged me last night and was like, I can't do it tonight. I have to do it tomorrow. I'm not ready yet. And you know what, guys? The best way to get ready for something that pushes you out of your comfort zone is to go do it. So if you have not done a Facebook Live video, do it. I am challenging you to do a Facebook Live video within the next 24 hours. It can be about anything you want it to be. I'd prefer it to be just you living your life, because that's what's attractive to other people, because we're real people and they want to see that. But pick something and just go live and share it on social media. If you have spinach in your teeth, no one will judge you, I promise, because I did that today. Just be real, be you, be authentic, be who you are, and share that with other people, because you don't have any idea the impact that you're making in other lives sometimes. And you might get a message after you go Facebook Live. Thank you so much for sharing that recipe with me today. I really needed something quick and easy because my husband is at work, and I wanted something simple to make for me and the kids tonight for dinner. You just improved somebody's life, and you were going to eat dinner anyway, so you Facebook Lived it. And now you've benefited somebody else. So simple, so easy. If you're nervous about going on front of on video, you got to just do it. The only way that you get good at something is by going through it. And if it sucks, guess what? Nobody's going to tell you it sucks. Because, well, if anybody tells you it sucks, send them my way. I'll take care of that. But nobody's going to tell you that it sucks. You're going to be you, and you're going to be real. And your Facebook friends are your Facebook friends. They'll want to see what you have to say. They'll want to get to know you, and they'll want to see it in a video. So keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be Beachbody related. It's even better sometimes when it's not, unless it's dancing to country heat when you can't dance, which then in fact is very fun to watch. So it's up to you guys, but go Facebook Live, plan your free group. 2 call to actions, simple, basic things that will both of them will grow your business, because you guys are here to change lives, to improve your own life, and that stuff, those small action steps, they're going to work in your business, they're going to work in your life, and they're going to make you more effective as a leader and a business owner. So that's what I have for you guys tonight. Don't forget to jump on and check out our girl Lindsay Trayer. She's our call-in person tonight, I believe. Jump on and check out her live video at 9 o'clock. Give her some love. Give her some hearts. I told her the hearts would float across the screen, so she needed to do it so people could do that for her. And if you go Facebook Live, it's going to show up in our news feeds and let us know that you're live. So I will make sure to try to hit every one of you and give you lots of hearts and lots of love, because it's scary at first, but you guys will be awesome. Let me double check these 2 quick messages we got before I jump off here. That Lori asked, do you do the same content and run the same group month after month, or do you constantly change the content? Good question, Lori. It's up to you. If you run a group, a 5-day maybe sneak peek, that's not sneak peeks, sorry, different group. If you run a 5-day group that's for a free challenge and it works out really well, maybe you save all that content and you use it again the very next month. Maybe you use it 2 months from then. The same with challenge groups. If you find content that's really good and the group's responding well to it, use it again, right? Like, success leaves clues. So if it's something that has been working, don't reinvent the wheel. Just move it into the next group and, maybe tweak it or change it just a teeny tiny bit so that it's still effective. But a good question. And when you guys have content that's working, Save it in a Word document, in a Google document, somewhere so that you can just reference back to it. You don't have to recreate the wheel every single month. And if you have a group that's really awesome, a free group or a paid group that's really awesome, share the content in the team page. Share, hey, you know what? This is how my group went. It was awesome. Here's some of my post content. I'd love to swap content with you guys so that you guys can help each other. Remember, we're a team. Like, we build across, up, down, left, right. We're families. So if you have something that's working, share it with the group so that we can all benefit from it. Let's see. Yes, Kristen said she was going to do a Transformation Tuesday post, and it was going to be like written out in a long post, but instead she's going to go Facebook Live. So where's Miss Kristen? There she is. So Kristen Dunn, look her up on my friends list if you're not friends with her. She's going to go live and share her Transformation Tuesday post probably sometime tonight, right? Yes, because it is still Tuesday. Oh my God, you guys, I'm struggling tonight. So go check out Kristen when she goes live tonight and give her some love too. You guys are awesome. I'm so grateful you spent the time to jump on this call tonight. I hope you got some valuable content. If you have anything to add or any questions, please feel free to message me. And thank you so much for stepping up tonight into that leadership role and taking care of our team and giving them some love. And come to our next Super Saturday event, guys. The content is awesome, and we make it so valuable for you. It's going to be at the end of October, and I can't wait to connect with all of you guys soon. Have a great week. Show up, do the work, make it fun. Have a great night, guys.